Here we are yet again. So I made a post a few days ago. I said, what do you all think of HAWKS? Might do a video on the replies. There's only 2 or 3, but we go over the replies and then I can give my 2 cents because we've had this character in the game for... God, 925, so that's... Let me check. We've had this character in the game for almost 2 weeks. Wait, right? Double check. Yeah, almost 2 weeks. And, yeah. In my opinion, this is the worst the game has ever been. Which is funny, because I feel like I say that every season. Every season, I feel like I say, this is the worst meta we've ever been in. You know, we had the freaking... Like, when Mirio came out, I thought that was really bad. Overall, honestly, looking back on it, he wasn't as... He still was OP, but he's not as oppressive as some of the other metas. Yeah, like Mirio twice when he got his buffs. Now HAWKS, and then Strike Deku, you know, we all know about him. It feels like every season we're getting just... The meta is just getting worse and worse because they're making characters stronger and stronger and stronger. And in this type of game, that's not really what you want to do. You kind of want, you know, the game to be balanced. But, you know, they decided, nah, we're not going to do that. So, yeah, let's take a look at the comments on this. I wanted to do a video on this before we get our update, which we should get it in like a day or 2-ish. That's gonna be, you know, maybe balance changes, maybe bug fixes, but definitely the release of Toga's quirk set, which I'm sure is going to be super fair and balanced, just like everything else has been. So I wanted to get this video out just at the off chance they nerf him. I doubt it. Like I'm 90% sure they're not going to touch HAWKS this update. Like I'm 90% sure. But who knows, maybe they'll surprise me. But yeah, let's look. It says 3, it's only showing 2, so... Busted. Yes. And I think honestly this comment by Bonk is probably the best way to describe it. He just has everything you'd ever need out of a character. A good projectile with tracking, huge burst damage, and combo potential. Team support in the form of carrying allies around in a massive scanning move that bypasses walls. All of that is already amazing, but combined with the fact that he completely eclipses the rest of the cast in terms of mobility, truly solidifies him as top 1 in my opinion. Despite my complaints, I think this character is very fun to play despite how frustrating he is to fight. I think this is like a perfect way to describe HAWKS. Like, he has the best mobility out of any character in this game. Like, there's no competition. There's no contest. No character comes even close to his level of movement. The only characters you could bring up is maybe Mirio and Rapid Bakugo, but they're not better than HAWKS. No way. Hell no. So then you have the fact that he's the most mobile character in the game. Right? And then you add on top that his special action can carry allies at the same like speed that he flies at, which is really, really fast. Like he can easily get from one side of the map to the other pretty quickly. And on top of him having all that mobility, on top of him being able to carry an ally, he's just doing insane amounts of damage with all of his moves. You know, his alpha, he gets freaking 40 at level 1 and then 50. Sure, they're only doing like, you know, 16 damage per feather, but you're getting 40 of them. And due to the fact that they have tracking when you're not in aim mode, and when you're using aim mode, they go faster, you can just melt people immediately at the game start. And again, if it's, oh, I can't zoom in and shoot at people, you can just literally use a special action, fly away, and then spam the normal alpha while you're flying away, and it will track onto the opponents. You can dodge it if you spam roll, obviously, but if you're fighting someone else or not paying attention, they can destroy your health bar. And again, regardless of that, the aim mode is like extremely hard to dodge if you're fighting a good HAWKS player with good aim. But that's not even his worst ability. This right here, I don't understand why the hell they thought this was a good idea. But this is actual cancer. Basically, the way this works is you press it, and if you hit someone, you go into this little free fly state, and every so often you can press the same button again to do an attack, right? And then you long press to end the free flight state. The thing with this move does so much damage, on top of the fact that it has stagger, on top of the fact that when you press the button to do the special attack, it has like a bit of auto tracking onto it. So when you're doing this move normally and you're flying in a circle, even if you're not like hitting, like even if the actual flying is not getting close to the enemy, if you press the button, it will kind of like lock you towards the enemy and move you towards them and like push you forward a bit. And on top of that, when you hit the initial beta, you can just immediately press the button. Like all you have to, so you look at the enemy, you press the beta, immediately turn your camera around, press it again, and then you will hit them again. On top of the fact that this move has stagger, of course, and it hits like a truck. And it is a percentage bar, not a like, oh, he can only use it like once, twice, whatever. No, it's a percentage bar. So this thing can last a very long time. He can get in many, many moves with it. And it's doing so much damage. Like, the amount of times I've died to this move is crazy. And yes, you can dodge roll it, but it's similar to Toga's beta, except I would say more OP, because of the fact that, again, with Toga's beta, you hit people and they immediately get knocked down. The initial hits of the beta is what like does the most damage, like the initial startup. But when you're running around, you hit someone once, maybe twice if the game decides to be screwy, and then you get knocked down. Dodge rolling it is a little tricky, but you can do it. Kind of the same thing here, except this lasts longer, does more damage, can more easily track onto people, and it's harder to dodge. Like, this move just melts health bar. It doesn't matter who you are. This move melts your health bar. This move 2-3 shots a lot of characters. And he can do this, and this move has good damage, like the start of the game. Again, another move to where at the start of the game, it's really, really good. His Gamma, funny enough, is the most balanced out of all of his moves, but even then I still think it's kind of stupid. You can... So the way this works is you shoot a few feathers and it makes a bubble once it hits the ground or a wall or whatever. And anyone in the bubble gets marked for a certain amount of time, and you can see them through walls. Or through bushes or whatever. Secondly, this thing does like 100 damage. Like around 100 damage. On top of that, you can use the hold to increase the speed of it and to add recoil, which for Hawks is great because you can jump and use 2 gammas to get yourself in the air to use the special action to fly away. And also the fact that at level 9 he has 3 of them. He starts out with 2, but he can get 3. Literally the only thing that this character has that is bad is his HP. That's it. He's doing good damage. Okay, he's doing great damage. Like strike level character damage. He has the best mobility in the game by a long shot. He can get in and out of situations like effortlessly. And guess what? The only person who can chase him is another Hawks. No one else can chase him. Like literally no one else. So like, yeah, this character is terrible for the game. I knew it. I did a video. I literally did a video. Let me look at my, let's look at view channel videos. I swear, yeah, Hawks might break the game. Yeah. Lo and behold, who would have thunk it? The character with the best mobility in the game that hits like a freaking nuke is bad for the game. Shocker, I know. But yeah, I hate this character. He's literally like the most OP character in the game. He's number 1 by a long shot, like Bonk said right here. Number 1, like by a long shot. Like I think if you wanna, I think the best way to describe this. Let me pull up my official GamerX damage with the gamma if you choose to. Can you be quiet? Thank you. Alright, so this definitely would have changed, but let's just focus. So like Hawks would be 1, then there would be a gap, then there'd be Strike Deku, then there would be a gap, and then there's every other character in the game. Literally, Hawks eclipses the entire game. The only character that is even close is Strike Deku, and even then there's still a gap between them. Because the thing with Strike Deku is, like, his mobility is not the greatest. It's not bad. People say it's terrible. I don't think his mobility is bad, but it's not like amazing. Horizontal mobility, great. Vertical mobility, it's to be desired. A lot to be desired, I guess. That's the one weakness he has. And Hawks just literally takes that and does it the best. Oh, but Hawks has 250 health. Well, guess what? Since he can move so quickly and he's doing so much damage so quickly, it's kind of hard to punish him for that, because again, he can come and do the beta and then he just like uses a special action, flies away, and you can't catch him. You know what would be a great counter to him? The Snipe Shot Deku. Oh wait, they nerfed it, so there's no point in even doing it. Because literally this is, I think, like, aside from a few other moves, this is like probably the best long range move in the game, was the best long range move in the game. And then they just gutted it, so you can't even use this against Hawks. Like, it's like what? I guess Shoto, both of their alphas go pretty far, so you can do that. But even then, it's still not like as easy to hit as a snipe shot. You do have Endeavor's beta. Yeah, because no one's playing Endeavor. Like, All for One's alpha, maybe another Hawks. Yeah, the counter to Hawks is Hawks, basically. Yeah, it's just like, again, he just eclipses the game. It's like him on, this is the king of the game, this is the Straight Deku is the queen of the game, and everyone else is just peons. You have God, Jesus, and then peons. And which is crazy to say, because I still think some of these characters are broken. Like, I think Overhaul is a little busted, to be honest, still. Kendo, Mirio, Twice, like, some of these characters are straight Dobby, are still, like, pretty busted. Denki. It's just, the problem is that, like, if you say, I think Denki is busted, you can't even, no one's gonna take you seriously, because these two just roll the game by, like, a long shot. So, yeah, so I've been ranting about Hawks for like 16, 17 minutes. I don't know what they did. I don't know why every character has to be more broken than the last. I'm scared for Rapid Toga in Present Mike. I am going to be summoning for Rapid Toga because I personally hate the technical Toga quirk set, because the Gamma, like, the main thing I like to do with Toga is the transform. But the Gamma with the technical one is so inconsistent, even if you have it at level 9. So I'm hoping that the Rapid one is more consistent with that, with getting blood from opponents. But since she's a Rapid, and she's a new character, she's probably going to be broken. And then Present Mike is also probably going to be broken. So, yeah, unfortunately, this game has just become pay to win. If you don't have the newest characters, you just are at a disadvantage. It's stupid. I hate it. But, you know, it's just the way it is. Strike Bakugo is, like, dead in the dirt. Unusable. Literally unusable. Because he's doing so little damage. Yellow Deku is usable, but it's a struggle. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. I think this is the worst meta this game has ever been in. I can't wait for next season to be the new worst meta this game has ever been in, because they just seem to one-up themselves every friggin' season. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. They made a mistake, and they clearly do not care. Just keep this in mind. Let me end the video on this. Hawks is doing all of this, right? All Might currently has a broken melee that does 300 damage. No emergency maintenance. Endeavor becomes good. I don't care what anyone says. Endeavor's Gamma was nowhere close to Hawks. If you're saying that, you're wrong. You're literally wrong. You were actually wrong. Compared to Hawks, Endeavor's Gamma was balanced. I still think it needed tweaking. I don't think the way it was fair. But the way they nerfed it was too much. But Endeavor's Gamma becomes good, and they do an emergency maintenance. Hawks is like the most broken character in the game by a long shot. No emergency maintenance. All Might's melee does 300 damage. No emergency maintenance. Yeah, alright. I'm just... insert circus music here. basically. That's what I would. That's what I'd say. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let me know what you guys think of Hawks in the season so far. It just gets worse and worse from here, and I can't wait for Toga to come out. The only good news is I'll be summoning for her. Doesn't mean I'll get her, but I can't wait for her to be broken beyond belief, do like 1,000,000 damage per alpha. I mean, they might as well just make her do that at this point. They clearly don't care about balance. So, all right, I'm gonna go.